City have come out on top in a crucial game in the northeast at Middlesbrough. A 2-1 victory with goals from Jason Knight and Matty James, and 3 points against Michael Carrick's side, who were also in that kind of pack hunting down Hull and Coventry in the top six. As we roll from me, this will be kind of literally, I'm filming this right after the game. A really, really important, it feels like it's a very important win. What it depends. I mean, what consequences it has on the season, we don't know. Probably sure not too much, but it just feels like a really, really massive win. No wins in 6 in the league, ahead of a really tough game against Southampton next as well. That feels really, really massive. So yeah, it was a massive, massive 3 points. And obviously off the back of that midweek against Nottingham Forest in the FA Cup as well, where it went the distance to penalties and Bristol City ultimately lost out. Yeah, that changes were made. Slightly weaker side than you'd want, and definitely not our strongest team on paper. But yeah, a massive, massive win. So the team was Max in goal, Tanner Viner, Dickie Pring, so the old Nigel Pearson back four. In midfield, it was Taylor Gardner-Hickman, Jason Knight, and Matty James. Up top, it was Sam Bell, Naki Wells, and Harry Cornick. So no Tommy Conway, obviously no Mark Sykes, no Scott Twine, none of that ilk. So yeah, it was a very definitely nowhere near our strongest team at the moment, but they all played out of their skins, considering the fact that they played Wednesday night as well. Unbelievable from all of them, really. I can't discredit anyone. They were all unbelievable. Bristol City scored 2 very early goals, 16 and 17, I think. 16 and 17. First goal came through Jason Knight, ball in. Literally pressure, pressure, pressure. And when you keep building on pressure, eventually something's going to burst. And it led to a Bristol City goal. It was brilliant from Knight, got in, stayed really calm. It felt like he'd almost say too calm. He was kind of twisting and turning and felt a bit weird, but then turned and then put it into the bottom right-hand corner, and it's a very good finish. It was very, very good ball through. I can't remember who it was, might be Matty James. Unbelievable ball through. And yeah, it was just complete pressure, and just Middlesbrough couldn't get out. And that pressure inevitably led to a second goal just a minute after that. In fact, Matty James went on a little run, which you don't really see Matty James do, goes on a little run, and it looks like he's going to curl it to the far post, and then curls it in, and it goes in on Tom Glover's near post. It is not very good goalkeeping, but you're not complaining, are you, Matty James? It's a very, very important goal in the context of the game, obviously. And Bristol City took advantage of the fact that, we build up this territory, we build up this possession, and we finally take our chances as well, which you don't really see happening too much. And then after that, it was literally just Bristol City pressure for till about 35 minutes, I want to say, and then the game kind of a little bit petered out. Middlesbrough gained a little bit more possession, didn't really do much with it. After that, yeah, Sam Bell then has a huge chance when he's played in after. If you haven't seen it, I mean, it's indescribable from Harry Cornick. It is literally ridiculous. He spins and then plays a beautiful ball through for Sam Bell, who is completely free. He goes in on goal. He should score there. And at that point, if it goes 3-0, we're going into halftime 3-0 up. Middlesbrough are finding it really, really tough. But then, it's going to be really tough for Middlesbrough to come back from that. It doesn't happen. Go into halftime 2-0, and then after that, Middlesbrough just literally pile on the pressure. We make a substitution at halftime, which I found quite interesting, actually. As Matty came on for Harry Cornick, who I thought played really, really well. Obviously, that through ball for Sam Bell for that, what should have been a goal for City. Yeah, that not only that, he just worked really hard and was absolutely brilliant. I thought one of his best games in a City shirt. Actually, 2 of his best games in a City shirt, I think, against Middlesbrough. But yeah, that was made at halftime. I thought that was odd, but okay, we'll go with it. And then after that, yeah, Middlesbrough pressure piling on and on and on and on, and didn't really get out for City too often. We needed that little bit of pace, possibly up top. Didn't really get it. Never really had an outlet. Naki Wells was working hard to a certain extent, but didn't really win headers. Didn't really offer too much going the other way. Not really suited our defensive performance. We put in, that shift we put in that second half, just didn't suit Naki well. He was brought off for Tommy Conway, who struggled, but again, we were really, really defensive. We were really under the cosh in that second half, so you can't really blame him. McCrory comes on for Sam Bell, who's on the right-hand side, and then we shift to a back five. Tanner moves into a right centre-back role, and everyone moves across, obviously. Cam Pring goes off for Hayden Roberts as well, so I think it's the same back three that played against, or same back five that played against Forest, who started against Forest. After that, yeah, it was really just about making sure you didn't concede with 25, 20, even 10 to go. Don't really concede. Don't really want to put yourself in a situation where the opponent has all that momentum, all that energy, backed by that home crowd, and they're only a goal within it. And if you do concede again, it's ultimately you're going, well, 2-0 up, not so much time to go. You've got to see that game out. So it was very, very important. We didn't concede with, I'd say, that amount of time to go. So that was very crucial. We did that, and we did that absolutely brilliantly. Sam Greenwood has a goal disallowed for Middlesbrough for offside. I'm going to be honest, I don't think it is offside. We haven't seen like a straight on angle. The commentator said it was tight, so I'll go on his word and possibly maybe he's leaning offside. But from the angle that's like directly on like an angle, a 45-degree angle at the Riverside, he looked like he was onside. It looked like it was Dickey, I think, playing him onside on the far side. Anyways, that was disallowed. Didn't matter. No VAR in the Championship, unfortunately. Or fortunately, I don't know. There's not a discussion about VAR. But yeah, Bristol City after that were really, really resolute for large parts of it. We looked really, really leggy. We looked really tired. Jason Knight, who was normally our pressing trigger, and he plays in central midfield, yeah, he looked completely shattered. And when Jason Knight is shattered, yeah, you're most likely you're a tired bunch, and I can't blame them. 120 minutes and the mental fatigue of penalties and losing out on that is obviously going to be massive. So to withstand that amount of pressure for that amount of time that we did was absolutely brilliant and a real hallmark of this mentality of the squad at the moment. I suspect possibly a few changes with the fact that it is a Tuesday night at Southampton. That will be tough for the squad to cope with. But after that, it was a bizarre goal for Middlesbrough, actually. It's a shot, I think, from Vandenberg, and then it hit Sammy Silvera on his backside or on his back, and then it bounces in. But ultimately, it didn't matter. Middlesbrough didn't really create too much after that. Dan Barlas hits a shot, curling shot, which was gathered by Max comfortably, and then we kill time. And then we just kill time with free kicks and do really well to get up the pitch and try and force them out of the way, basically, and didn't really look too much on a threat after it going 2-1 with 3 minutes of stoppage time still to go after when the 5 was announced. So I thought we did really well to actually hold out after it went 2-1 and not allow it to just consume us and not just sit back and allow Middlesbrough to have their way basically with us. Thought we did really well in doing that. In terms of the league table, look, it's still a tough ask, isn't it? It's keep up with. Well, not necessarily keep up, but to close that gap is going to be tough. We are on 41 points. We are level on points with Watford and Middlesbrough, who both lost, actually. 3 points off Coventry, 4 points off Preston, who won again at Cardiff. They are serious contenders, aren't they? Norwich above us, drew at QPR. Hull lost at home to Swansea, which is interesting. Sunderland, they beat Plymouth, and they're in the top 6 now. They beat Plymouth at home by 3-1 at the Stadium of Light. So, yeah, it is an interesting chase at the moment. We have played a game more than Coventry and Middlesbrough and Cardiff and Plymouth below us. So that might be a factor. But at the moment, we are kind of still within it, 6 points off Sunderland. It is interesting. We just need to go on a run. Southampton at home is obviously going to be a complete free hit, in my opinion. Whatever you think of that, I think that's a free hit. I know they were 3-2 down, 2-0 down against Huddersfield today, but they eventually won that game 5-3. So, look, they're a machine at the moment, Saints. We'll talk about that in the Matchday vlog probably. But yeah, that will be a tough game. After that, though, it's QPR and Sheffield Wednesday. But QPR have recently started playing well. Sheffield Wednesday beat Birmingham, didn't they? So it depends what momentum they sort of gather in the next few weeks as well. Ultimately, though, a huge performance and a monumental effort with the fact that it was a completely reserve squad. squad. It was not a strongest 11, and we've gone away to a side who are kind of still in the chasing pack with us for that top 6 spot. We've gone and beaten them away from home, done the double over them, which could be crucial. Middlesbrough, I thought, were quite lethargic and didn't really offer much, and especially in that first half, I thought we contained them really well. And that ultimately has to go down to Liam Manning for his tactics in the structure, in his ability to keep us at arm's length, keeping Middlesbrough at arm's length in that first half, and offering a massive, massive threat on the counter attack with the pace we offered as well. I thought that was a massive performance, a massive 3 points. Let me know your thoughts on Bristol City's huge win at Middlesbrough in the comment section down below. And at the Riverside. Middlesbrough 1, Bristol City 2. We didn't see Diri and Bude, who was on the bench. I ranked Bristol City's transfer window a couple of days after the deadline. You can watch that right now on the screen. It was a important transfer window, one for the future. But yeah, you can watch that on screen right now.